everyone, it's Tammy and today is Foodie Friday. I'm going to make something called Poutine. I have not made this before. And honestly, I don't even think I've ever had it before, but I've heard of it and it sounds delicious. And it starts with a bed of French fries and then you put some seasoned cooked beef on top and then you put cheese on top of that, gravy, and bacon. So, sounds delicious, right? So I have a pound of the thick cut black label bacon and I am going to cut this into little pieces, and you do it all in your Instant Pot. So I'm not little pieces, but I'm going to chop it into, chopped pieces. And can you hear the sizzle? Hopefully you can. I'm adding it to my Instant Pot. And I am just going to brown this bacon before I cook the meat. And I haven't seasoned the meat yet. I think I'm going to do that with you. As soon as I get finished chopping this bacon, my plan is to wash my hands and turn the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing. I know that me just telling you right now that I'm chopping the bacon gives you a sense of what I'm doing, but it doesn't really, and I'm throwing all of this fatty yuck part out. Blech. Okay, but the rest of it I am adding to the pot. It smells delicious already. Okay, I'm going to wash my hands and then I will turn you guys down. So right now I have the Instant Pot on saute and that's what's happening in there. And then let me show you what's happening down here. So I have my roast, and I know that we will never eat all of this roast, but I'm gonna go ahead and cook it because I think that after I've seasoned it and put it in there, there's just gonna be a lot of things that I can do with it. I'm gonna get rid of all of this fat. And I do have some vegetables over here. I have carrots and celery and an onion. I have about, I don't know, I'm gonna say the equivalent of about 3 carrots and 1 celery stalk. I'm just getting rid of all of this extra fat. I know some of it might be good for cooking it. Just giving the bacon a zhuzh, letting it. This smells amazing. I'm also going to go ahead and wash my hands again because I have nasty on them. Oh, I guess I should leave that over there. Let me wash them one more time. Also looking out for my dog who happens to be sitting down here by me. Okay, so I am going to season this meat with some salt and pepper. I'm trying to make sure you guys can see it. And some garlic powder. So there's the salt, there's the pepper. Here's some garlic powder. And seasoned salt. And I'm going to use something that I love called foxpoint. This can be found at Penzeys. I don't know if they sell it other places, but I just know that we love it. I don't even really know what it is. Garlic, onions, and chives. No wonder we love it. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over. And I'm going to season the other side in the same manner. Salt, seasoned salt, garlic powder. I'm gonna wait to put the foxpoint in until I put it in the Instant Pot. And a heavy dose of pepper because we like pepper. I'm gonna wash my hands yet again. a few steps, but I think it'll be worth it for sure. It smells really good with that bacon. And I'm just trying to brown the bacon, and then I'm going to take it out of this pan. And I'll put it on a plate with some paper towels. And I want it to be a little crispy. So I'm just going to do this for a little minute and then I will be back. Okay, the bacon is crisping up nicely. I will show you. I'm going to let that get a little crispier. And then what I'm going to do is take the bacon out, and I'm going to try to get up those little crispies, the little brown areas that are in the pan from the bacon. Those will be really nice to eat. They add a lot of flavor. And I'm going to brown the beef on all sides before I cook it. That's supposed to help seal in the flavor and to kind of sear it to make it extra yummy. And you can do all of this in one pot, so I really kind of like that. I don't kind of like it, I love it. And you don't want to even get rid of all that bacon fat. You might want to get rid of some of the bacon grease, but you want some of it. So I don't know how I'm going to do that quite yet. But I have this little handy dandy to get out the bacon, and I think it's about ready. I'm going to go ahead and take it out, I think. Oh, it might not be quite crispy enough. Let me let it crisp up just a little bit more. I'm never sure about bacon because I don't really like frying it on the stove. I always overdo it. So I think I'm going to take it out while it still looks like it has a little bit of crisping to do, because I think that it will crisp up nicely outside of this. I mean, it's done for sure. So I'm just going to take all the bacon out if I can. If I can. Lord knows I can. It's just going to take me a little longer than I expected. Fishing it out with this spoon. That's actually a nicer, easier way to fry the bacon when it's all chopped up like that. And you can even do smaller pieces, like make it like bacon bits, kind of. Okay, I think I got it all, and there's really not a ton of grease in there. I got a lot of it on the plate, and I have paper towels down on my plate. I mean, there's a little bit, so I might go discard that, but I'll be right back. Okay, so what I did was I discarded all but about 2 tablespoons, I'm guessing, of my liquid. And then I'm going to go ahead and add the meat. That smells amazing. I'm just going to brown every side of the meat. I wish I could like leave you guys up here. And then I'm going to take out that, and then I will scrape up the goodness. Because I kind of figured, why would I scrape up the goodness now? Sorry, when there's still meat that's going in. So I will be back once this is browned. Oh, working out so nicely. Yay! This is going to be a good dinner. I want to show you guys what I do to get the all sides. I even put it on its side so that it will get both sides of the meat too, or all the sides of the meat too. So when I say to brown all sides, I'm browning all the sides. Okay, to get all of the little crispy stuff up, I took the meat out. I'm going to add a little bit of chicken broth. And I'm going to just scrape the bottom of this with my wooden spoon. You can use whatever you have, and it comes off pretty easily. And this is still on saute, so I'm actually going to turn it off because I don't need it on right now. But I think if you waited for this to cool, it would be really hard to get this stuff up. Sorry if you can hear my cat. They're fighting with the dogs right now. Let me show you a little bit if you can see this, what I'm doing. So you can, hopefully you can see, there's some brown stuff right there, and I'm just literally taking my wooden spoon and scraping all of that off the bottom. Seeing if I can find any more. The water is turning, or the broth is turning brown from the little things that are in there, so it's a little harder to see, but I think it's all right now. So now what I'm going to do, you guys are all steamy, is I'm going to add my meat back in. And covering up the bacon with my paper towel. I'm going to add those vegetables in. I have the carrot, the onion, and the celery. And I'll just drop some of it on the table. What the heck? Oh, and one of it fell down. And Winnie is getting it. You can have it, baby. You can have that carrot. And you also want to add a bay leaf. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. And I have some crumbled bay leaf, so I'm adding a few little pieces to that. And chicken broth. You want, I don't know, a couple to 3 cups of chicken broth probably. That's probably good. I'll show you what that looks like. Because you need liquid in your Instant Pot. That's how it gets the pressure. And I'm going to add some of this foxpoint to it because, again, I love this stuff. And I'm going to put the lid on my Instant Pot. I'm going to turn it on manual, and I'm going to go up to 45 minutes. And leave it alone. Make sure it's on sealing, not venting. And I'm going to let it do its thing until it's done, and then I'll let it release by itself. So I'll be back. So it is finished with its quick, or it's not quick release, it's regular release. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this so it's venting and open it up. And this is what's inside. It looks delicious and it smells amazing. So put this over here, and what I need to do is take out the meat. I just about spilled some water that I have, and I'm going to put it in on a plate or whatever. I see a bay leaf on it. I'm going to just put that back in there because I'm going to strain this out. So I have all my meat in a little pan. Sorry, I'm crooked. And then I am going to strain out my broth so I don't have any of the vegetables in it or anything. And I'm going to put it back in here, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I took 3 cups of the liquid and put it back in the Instant Pot. So after I've taken the fat and everything off of it, I just, and there's nothing in it, it's just clear, not clear, but it's just broth. And I am going to take half a stick of butter, or a 1/4 cup of butter, and add it to the pan. And I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to also put it on saute again. So I'm just going to take half a stick of butter, put it on here, and hit saute so that it will start to boil and get a little crazy. And then in this cup, I have about 3 tablespoons of water, a little bit less because I splashed a little bit out. And I want to add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch to this. And when you add this, you want to take your fork or a mixing tool and just mix it all together. Sorry, I know you can't see very much. It kind of stinks with this kind of setup. I need to have another camera that's on the ceiling or something. And this is just going to thicken up the sauce. So I'm just have it, you can't even see it. I just don't want to spill it. It almost looks a little bit like runny glue. And I'm going to slowly add that to the broth with the butter. So it's heating up. You can see it's melting a little bit. So I'm just going to slowly add this in, and I'm just whisking it as I add with my fork. And I'm going to let that come to a boil. I'm going to leave my fork out. That. Close up my cornstarch. Put it to the side, and then I'm going to put you down so you guys can see the meat. And I'm just taking these little things called bear claws, and I'm just going to shred this meat. Oh my goodness. It does look really good. I might have to try a little piece. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's so good. This is going to be yummy. And I have French fries on a plate. I just need to turn on the oven. I forgot about that. So let me do that real quick because this is almost ready. When I said I have them on a plate, that's not true. I have them on a baking pan or whatever, a cookie sheet. And I'm just going to bake them in the oven. These are an awesome shredding tool. They're just called bear claws. You can find them lots of places, or even, I believe, on Amazon. I'm sure on Amazon. It's probably where I got them. Have a little fat here. I'm going to save that for my dogs. And then once you have it shredded, all you need to do is cover it with foil to keep it warm while the rest of it gets finished cooking. And you want your gravy to come to a boil, because when something is boiling, that's going to be when it can reach its highest, this is a fatty piece too, thickness. There we go. That looks amazing. So these are going to go in the sink. They need to be washed. And I'm going to just cover it with foil to keep these warm. And let me show you what this is looking like, because it is totally boiling now. Hopefully you can see that. And I'm just going to let it do its thing for a little minute. I'm going to turn it off and just let it do its thing. Oh, sorry, you're all fuzzy. So actually the next step is just going to be to put it all together. So I will do that as soon as the French fries are done and let you see. Okay, it's time to plate this up. So I have French fries on the plate. My hands are clean. I'm going to add some of the beef. Let me get a fork. And then I'm going to add some cheese. And then I'm going to add some of this gravy. Oops, sorry. And then I'm going to top it with some of the bacon. And that, my friends, is what's for dinner. So let me take a little bite. I'm going to try to find something that I can get some of everything in. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's really, really good. I think you guys should try it for sure. You will not be disappointed. Yeah, I had to try it again just to make sure. Yeah, give this a try. It's delicious. Bye.